Welcome to In the Zone, our Friday morning program here on Ohlone Network Television. I'm Dave Taddy.
I'm Mark Timmerman. How you doing?
And we got a whole lot of Redskins here today. Remember last week we had Crazy Redskins fan?
We did. You guys probably didn't. I don't know if you saw that, but there was a guy identifying himself as Crazy Redskins fan. And,
yeah, now
he's a fanatic.
Yeah, he's a fanatic, and his Redskins in the pros lost last week to the Buffalo Bills. I think that he was kind of despondent, but he's kind of gotten over it, I think, and he's looking forward to this weekend's game.
Oh, he's excited, though, that the Fremont Football League Redskins did win, though.
They did, a major upset from what I heard.
Nonetheless.
Yes. Yeah, we got 3 of the coaches here, and there's a couple more out there in the audience. Yeah, it's a pretty fun-filled day here for us. We got to blow through some stuff first before we get to that. This weekend in the pros, we always touch on the 49ers and the Raiders. Now, the 49ers play the Cowboys this weekend. Deion Sanders back in town. Whatever happened? I mean, when they were having the big, when Dallas wanted to pick up Deion from the 49ers, and the 49ers were trying to, retain him. Everybody was saying whichever team's got Deion is going to the Super Bowl, no problem. Well, what's going on this year? I mean, the Cowboys got Deion, and they're not going anywhere. I mean, I don't understand this, And but this weekend's the big game, and the 49ers are going to be out there. Jerry Rice against Deion again.
They're daring Deion to run a slant pattern.
Yeah, right across the middle. But I don't think we'll see that. And the Raiders, they got a game against Tampa Bay. They got to be careful.
They better win that game.
Yeah, they better win that game. But now we're going to get a little local here.
That's enough of the pros, Dave.
Yeah, that's enough of the pros.
Okay, we'll go to high school now.
We are a local program here.
That's right.
And we had some big games last week. Newark Memorial had a non-league game against Jefferson, and they beat them 42-0. Jason Grant had a 10-yard touchdown run and finished the game with 83 yards on 7 carries. Angelo Krapelka, there it is, Krapelka, he ran for an 8-yard touchdown, and Tanner Bedwell led the Cougars with 95 yards on 13 carries and scored a touchdown on a 1-yard run, 42-0. That was the score. James Logan, American.
Yeah, that's actually who Newark's going to play.
That's right. The big games
tonight.
Yeah,
that's tonight over in Union City.
Yeah, James Logan in Newark's coming up, but
it was 49-12. They beat American. Charlie Smith, 3 touchdowns. He's just out of control.
He is. He totaled 115 yards.
9 carries.
Their quarterback, Roy Williams, ran for 2 touchdowns, totaled 184 yards on only 8 carries, and Williams had only 3 pass attempts in the first quarter, actually, of the game, and he didn't complete any of them. So Logan's a big running team.
Sure they are.
So
now, I know when they played American a couple weeks back, they beat them an outrageous score, 40-something.
Yeah.
And they only had like 34 yards passing.
Yeah.
And all of it was on the ground.
So if Newark's going to stop the run, they're going to have a good chance against James Logan. And Logan being ranked, second in the state.
I don't know about. Is it second in the state? Do you guys know?
It's second or third in the state, but it's first in Northern California.
Oh.
No, they're second in Northern
California.
California.
In Northern California.
Yeah, that's
right.
In
the state.
That's right.
De La Salle's first.
That's right. Jason Pease had a 61 touchdown. No, they know
that's it's not going to happen.
That's why we have them here, because they got to correct our blunders. Pat Schmeckel for American, we always got to get him in.
Pat Schmeckel's always.
He had a 1-yard touchdown run, and he had 8 passes completed for 22 attempts for 91 yards.
What did Marvin Stickle do last week?
He caught a 31-yard touchdown pass.
A 31-yard touchdown.
31-yard.
Washington and Kennedy, 20-13. Washington beat the Kennedy. What's the Kennedy mascot?
Kennedy would be the.
Anyone know?
Jeez.
The Husky.
Huskies. Okay.
No, that's Washington.
Okay. Kennedy. Titans.
Titans, right.
Titans.
Right.
Okay. Well, Jeff Reynolds, he rushed for 144 yards, 29 carries. He scored 2 touchdowns. And the quarterback, Brian Glock, had a 53-yard touchdown run. He had 116 yards rushing on 14 carries. And the quarterback, Zamir Amin, he had 8 completions on only 12 attempts, 116 yards, 2 interceptions, though. So Gary McGraw 59 yards, Dave, rushing.
13 attempts.
And he scored a touchdown, believe it or not.
Yeah.
On a 3-yard touchdown run. Mahari Moore had 45 yards on 15 rushes, and he ran also for a touchdown. Even though the Titans lost, he did run for a touchdown. How did the Mission San Jose do against Irvington?
Mission San Jose played last night, but we're going to go back to last week first because, they kind of played two games in a week. Julio Gonzalez, who was their quarterback, had 12 completions on 23 attempts, threw an interception, and had 3 touchdowns passing. He also had a 20-yard touchdown run in the second quarter, and the final on that game was 49 for Mission and 14 for Irvington. Sean Silva had 2 touchdown receptions for 23 and 36 yards and finished the game with 7 catches for 116 yards, and he also scored on a 30-yard interception return. Matt Bosley had an 11-yard touchdown reception for the Warriors. Drew Evans,
believe it or not, Dave, he had a 5-yard run.
And he totaled 97 yards.
Anyway.
We're like reading this right
Dave,
as
I have a little cold. Can I just get this off my chest?
Okay.
I have a cold and I'm a little sick.
You should take like zinc for that.
Zinc?
What I heard was if you take zinc, it'll shorten your cold by half. It'll be half as long as it normally would be. So next time that I get sick, I'm going to take a little zinc, and I'm going to see if that works out for me.
Well, call me crazy. I took a little.
He was here last week.
That's true. But I took cold medicine.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but the cold medicines, they're a little potent these days. So all I'm trying to say is I went to bed, Dave, with a cold. I woke up with a beard. I was out that long.
You should check to see if it has zinc in it.
Oh, okay. Zinc is the key. Now, what?
Why don't we move on to last night's game? It wasn't much of a game.
Alhambra.
Mission San Jose, they scheduled Alhambra, who is ranked 8th in the state.
Okay.
And
took care of business.
Thursday night's game, they got blown out 55-0. That's
a non-league game, though, so it doesn't really affect them that much.
Yeah, it's a non-league game, and I guess they got that one out of the way.
So what's coming up tonight?
Okay, first of all, we got the standings as they are right now in the league. James Logan, they're 5-0, and they're playing Newark Memorial tonight at 7:30 at James Logan.
Half a game behind the Logan.
That's right.
Colts.
And Kennedy and Washington are tied 2-2. Mission 2-3, and American and Irvington are both 0-4.
Cellar dwellers.
And coming up tonight, Irvington versus Washington. They'll be attack.
And what's going on at the Logan?
That's Newark Memorial.
That's
James Logan once again, 7:30 p.m. And tomorrow evening, we got American versus John F. Kennedy at TAC, 7:30 p.m.
Always a good matchup.
That's right. And we're going to take a break now, when we come back, we're going to be talking with the trio here of Redskins coaches, the brain trust of the Redskins team out there. So stay with us, and we'll be back in 1 and 1.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Hi. Mark. Host Mom Lorley. Kelman, your host Dad.
Embrace the world with youth for understanding. For you can
Host a YFU student and join thousands of American families as part of Youth for Understanding International Exchange.
embrace the world.
Embrace the world. Become a YFU host family or volunteer. Call 1-800-ARE-YOU-READY?
See these hands? They love to play, but not with matches. They love to explore, but not near electric outlets. If there's smoke, these ears will know because the batteries in our smoke detectors will be working. And if there's ever a fire, these precious feet will know exactly where to turn because Cody Gifford's parents planned a fire escape route. My name is Kathy Lee Gifford, and I love my family too much to let them be hurt. So we fight fires before they start. So should you.
Find out more. Write USFA, Box 70274, Washington, D.C.
Okay, we're back with In the Zone, and I'm Dave.
I'm Mark. That's Dave.
And we got the trio of Redskins coaches here. We got Brad Samuels going down the line, Ray Storms, and John Sneed. And they're all here to talk about Fremont football and their own Redskins team.
That's right. And the reason why that's important that we have them on the show is because they're in the actual final game, the Super Bowl, if you will, of the Fremont Football League. And but just to set that up, just to get kind of a frame for that, I think let's just talk about what happened on Saturday.
Okay.
The big playoffs. This was the semifinals, and just upsets. I was talking to the scoreboard kid, and I didn't know what had happened when I showed up, but I showed up for the Jets Raider game. He told me that everyone was getting upset. Just the Rams had lost to the Redskins. That was an upset. The Jets beat the Raiders, and I understand that was somewhat of an upset. I'm not sure. Yeah. And that was just an outrageous score. I mean, we have that here, but it was just a playoff atmosphere, and just teams were getting beat that normally wouldn't get beat.
That's right.
But I think the Broncos also upset the Vikings, Dave.
In overtime.
Get out of here.
Is that the first overtime game this season, or?
No.
The Raiders and the Vikings had an overtime earlier in the year.
That was a double overtime this last game.
Oh, really?
Was it double or triple overtime?
It was double.
Double overtime.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the Broncos won 18-12. He threw the game-winning touchdown pass, one of his 2 touchdown passes in the game, but he threw the game winner to Mike Bishop, and
Chris Wonderly, he caught the other touchdown.
Yeah, and Guillermo Castro, who we mention his name every week, I think he scored on a 20-yard run for the Broncos' other touchdown.
And the other long-awaited game of the week was the Steelers and Eagles.
That's right.
And I had inside information that the Eagles were just ready for that game.
And they really put on a good show too.
Oh, sure they did.
I mean, the Steelers are one of the toughest teams in the league, and the Eagles, scored 28 points against them. It's unfortunate that they gave up 36, but sometimes that's the way things go. That's a great game. Joey Villanueva, he had a touchdown passing and a touchdown rushing. He totaled 105 yards in the air and completed 4 passes on 8 attempts. Sean
Boom Boom Poon, 295 yards. Dave, this is the field. How long is the field?
80 yards.
80 yards. So you don't have the 100 yards to deal with.
That's right.
Like the pros in the college do. This guy runs on an 80-yard field. He's got almost 300 yards rushing.
35 attempts. That's like Franco Harris. I mean, 35 attempts.
And Dave, how many touchdowns?
4.
4. The magic number for this week is 4.
Man, that's incredible.
Zach Pellis had 108 yards, 14 rushes. Nick Ballantyne had a what?
An interception. And
so
did Kenny Johnson.
Same thing. Matt Gonzalez, what did he do, Dave?
12 tackles on defense.
Out of control.
Ryan Huerta.
11 tackles.
And
you have to get the pronunciation right.
That's right. And Derek Hubble, like the telescope, 9 tackles.
9 tackles.
We got some tape of the Raiders-Jets game.
Okay, let's check that out.
We can check that out. And
I was there, Dave.
You were there shooting out there, and there's Ilario Bologna. He's running and running and running.
That's their score. I didn't get a good footage of that. But.
Yeah, and the Jets
Watch
here
this,
on
Dave.
this pass.
Magically, he gets the ball. Look at
Boom!
That.
How did he catch that?
No idea.
That's Jackson there,
crowd was
wearing
amazed.
Ronnie Lott's number for the Jets. I like those helmets. They're really cool. And here's Bologna again throwing that pass. Boom! I mean these guys are hitting hard. There's a shot right here. Leg tackle. Great open field tackle.
On that one?
No,
watch
that's
this.
okay.
This is what you're talking about, I think. The big hit.
Yeah, this is a big hit. Knocked it right out of bounds and then right back in. That was incredible.
There's the Jets again, marching down the field.
There's a fake. Now that one didn't fake you out.
No.
But there was one.
Many a time.
There's
a sack by the Jets there, and then here's the Jets trying to score again here.
He decided to run on that option, and he gets nailed again. Now there's the one that faked you out. Totally faked you out on that one.
And that sets up this score right here. This is a great pass. Boom.
Yeah.
Just out of control. Aerial
bombardment.
Dynamite, Dave.
We'll call it in. What was the final on that game again?
40-something to
But the Jets did win.
The Jets did win.
That's kind of what I wanted to know.
42-6.
42-6. Big win for the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of those are ex-Redskin players.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Have to brag about that.
Yeah. So how did the Jets get those players away from you?
Well, they have to move up when they reach a certain age in a certain way.
Uh-huh.
So, they're draftable. So what they do is they go out for tryouts.
Uh-huh.
And usually I try to tell all the coaches that are out there, the head coaches, and some of the other coaches during sign-ups and tryouts and everything. I let them know the rapport on most of my kids that are coming up. Let them know, what positions they played and how well they did during the year, or how long they've been there, And the head coach of the Jets used to coach with us, so.
Yeah.
Now, Brad, tell us what specifically each one of you guys do as far as coaching goes. What are your what's the word, Dave? Specialties as far as the coaching goes.
Well, I'm the head coach.
You're the head coach. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the ears of the field.
Okay.
And these are my workers here.
Yeah.
It's like I'm the king bee. And
and those are your worker bees.
Yeah, no, not really. I'm sorry. I should be more humble. No.
It kind of looks like they got their stingers out, so you better watch out.
Well, they're all my coaches are really good. All of them are. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are.
Uh-huh.
And these two particularly are the enforcers on the team.
Uh-huh.
If you've ever been,
We're kind of the disciplinarians.
Oh yeah, you make them do the laps and the push-ups and the sit-ups and leg lifts and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now you guys are in the finals of this whole thing, and you guys have never made it to the finals before. The Redskins have never made it to the finals.
No.
What's that like to go from just a playoff team to all of a sudden you're vying for the championship? What's that like?
Well, it's pretty incredible for us to be in there. I mean, just boom, the kids are playing well, and we're in the championship game, and we try not to say that too much at practice, and just think of it as, hey, this is another game, but you guys are there. You guys can take. This is the kids' game to win, not the coaches. The coaches just teach them and show them what to do, and the kids take over. So we let them know it's their game to win. It's all up to them, and they're really pumped up for the game. They're looking forward to the game.
It's emotional. It's, I'm pumped. I'm jazzed. It's like yesterday at practice, I was talking to one of my coordinators. He said, we're standing there and they're going, boy, usually this has been a long season, and we're not used to it, and it's great. It's a great feeling, and I want to keep that feeling. It's super. I mean, isn't that right, John?
That's right. It's an excellent feeling. Definitely emotional. Last week's game was definitely probably one of the emotional games that we've ever had.
I don't know. The Eagle game was emotional.
Well, that was emotional, but I mean, to make it, the Redskins to make it this far. Like I've been with the league 3 years now. This is my son's third year, and the first 2 years, you watch the team, and sometimes the crowd would show, and sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes the crowd would come out, sometimes they wouldn't. And nowadays you look, and the team has made 100% turnaround, and the crowd, the stands are just full. They've got team support, fan support, and to make it this far, it's like like Brad said, it's an incredible feeling for the coaches and mostly for the kids. I mean, they're just really pumped up about it.
Yeah. What type of kid normally turns out to play in the Fremont Football League, and is their attitude at all changed from when they first come into the league to when they move on to the next level?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it works out in both ways. You get kids that come up, maybe their parents want to toughen them up a little bit, and they get to the football, and they come to they start coming to practice, or if they're a rookie of the Fremont Football League, and if they're kind of soft, they get a little tougher, develop more of a stronger and confident attitude. Vice versa, where you get the kids that think they're tough and think they can do everything in the world, and they join football, and it's like, whoa, okay, we got a little work to do, and it kind of humbles them.
Right.
So it works out, it teaches the kids a lot. I mean, it's really good for the kids.
Oh, well, I have for instance, I have a boy on the team that, Kyle Swanson, that when he came into the league, he was 8 years old, and for 8-year-old to play in this league, you got to be pretty tough, okay? And he came out, he was a 100-pound 8-year-old, and it was tough for him in the very beginning. And he lacked confidence and self-esteem. And his mother even, he would go to school, and his mother said that, he'd be picked on, he'd come home and tell his mom. Well, no longer does that happen anymore. He goes to school, and nobody picks on him,
right.
And he feels good about himself,
So
it's good.
So it builds character and confidence and those sort of things?
It does help their grades, too.
Oh,
I've had
really?
parents come and say that, their kids' grades, their children's grades have, gone good.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the things that we look at. Also, we let the kids know you're playing football. It's an extracurricular activity. If your school grades aren't up there, you're going to pay the price because your parents aren't going to let you play.
Right.
So we make it a big discipline. Like my son, he comes home from school, does his homework, goes to practice, comes back and finishes up homework that he hadn't finished. Mm-hmm. And that's just something the kids have to do. So it's a lot of responsibility when they decide to play football. They may not know that when they first join up, but within the first couple of weeks, they realize that, okay, I'm in here for the long haul, and I'm going to have to pull my grades up and keep my grades if I want to play.
That's right.
And the team camaraderie is unbelievable that way. None of the kids on the team want to see any kid not play because their grades went down.
Right.
So the kids will make sure that each kid is doing his job on the field, let alone off the field. So it's really nice that way. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun that way.
Mm-hmm. Now, Brad, you said earlier that you were the ears on the field. Just explain, for those of the people that don't know anything, just explain what you mean by that.
Well, I'm blind. I have no vision. I was involved in an industrial accident 3.5, 4 years ago, and I proceeded to stay with the team, and coach. And it's a rehabilitation process for me. Also, I use it as a tool to let the kids, get the trust out of them. See, I have to go out there and trust that they're doing what they're doing, and it works. It works in a positive way, I want to show the kids that I can do it. There's anything you set your mind to, you can do it. Okay, and I walk around on the field without any cane or any assistance. I do my own, and on the sidelines, I'll bump into people, but the majority of the time. The only thing that frustrates my coaches is I'm constantly asking them, what's going on? What's going on? Because I'm trying to stay abreast of what's happening, Mm-hmm.
We try and let them know what yard line the ball's on, what we're doing defensively and offensively, and keep him in touch. But the best part about it is, everyone says he's blind, he can't see. Well, he does see. He just sees with his ears. Mm-hmm. He'll pop things in that you'll be sitting there going, hey, so-and-so's goofing off over here. They're not paying attention. They don't understand what's going on. You go, well, I just talked to them. No, I'm hearing what they're saying to their friends. Mm-hmm. I mean, he picks that up, and that's something that other coaches, other teams don't have that advantage.
Ears. Brad's got bionic ears. He can hear everything.
He'll hear people on the other side of the field talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does he ever eavesdrop into the huddles and stuff like that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was given that, I was given that to me, so why not?
Yeah.
Hey, if they want to. Well, Steve Klein, he doesn't care though. He'll
Steelers coach. Steve Klein,
yes,
yeah.
He'll boast his plays out there and let you know he's that good. They're that good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've seen them quite a lot this season, and they are a tough team.
Yes.
So
hopefully we're going to change that this weekend, right, Brad?
Well,
hopefully the
ever
Redskins
be
will be
so
number
humble? Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
So take us through a typical. Oh, I hear the 5 questions music.
I do too. You know what that means? That means 5 questions.
That's 5 questions that we have every week, and we have 3 people here now.
3,
so
there's no reason you guys should get any of these wrong.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh. All right.
Come on, John.
Question number 1. Did OJ do it?
I take the 5th.
I take the 5th.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Is that
I
right
don't
or wrong?
No.
Jamie? We're asking our director, Jamie. Oh, that's a buzz. That's wrong.
Oh, okay, that's wrong. Okay, I guess he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hootie and the Blowfish. One-hit wonders or here to stay?
Here to stay.
Is that correct?
Here to stay.
That's correct.
That is correct.
You won $1,000.
Question number 3. To finish this statement, my favorite football memory is.
Oh.
Marcus Allen's run against Washington.
I'm sorry. Favorite football team is. I apologize.
I got 2. I got the Patriots and the Raiders.
Is that correct? That's correct.
Those are the man.
Those are the two
I'm on a
favorite
roll.
teams.
He's got
We're gonna
$4,000
just
now.
put you on a game show.
Okay. I'll let Dave ask the last two.
Okay. Ray is ineligible for this question. Okay.
Okay.
Peanut butter and jelly or tuna sandwich?
Tuna.
Tuna.
And Ray?
It was peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, Ray would have had $8,000 now, so that's why I disqualified him. We don't have that kind of money.
Here we go.
And
Question 5.
okay, the big question of the week: to beat the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, the 49ers need to do what?
Get busy.
It's not going to happen.
That's right.
That's our director Jamie Dat says that it is not going to happen.
Well, we want to thank you guys for coming on, and good luck Saturday.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
And are we going to do that credit thing again? Talk about our crew?
I think we could. What's the time till the end of the show, Jamie? 3.5 minutes. You know,
Well, we can
I
talk
think
a little
that
more.
we got a time for one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
One thing that's, now we're going to have to do this kind of quick, but take us through a typical week for the Redskins, starting like on Monday.
Monday's our day off.
Okay.
Tuesday we'll start practice.
Yeah, we start practice at 3:30, and they start with your basic warm-up routine. Take a couple of laps, then we'll go through hitting drills, so they can get warmed up on some contact, and then we'll separate our defense and offense, and the defensive coaches, which is Ray, myself, Tony Henderson, and Daryl Clark. We'll work with the defense. Brad Jr., and Joe Shammy, and Alex, they'll work with the offense. And then we'll run a little scrimmage for about an hour against each other, and we take it from there. I mean, I can't go on too much of what we do. I don't want to reveal secrets.
Let's get a shot at Daryl while we're at it, because he made it to the studio, too.
Why don't they come up on the
Or come
set?
on up, yeah.
Yeah.
Carlos, come on up,
Come
Carlos.
on up here, Carlos. Carlos
Yeah,
is
Carlos.
one of the
John's son.
One of the Redskins, my son.
He's tight end,
come up.
offensive line.
Just
Come on in here, Carlos.
come up into
Get
the
next to
back
Dad.
here.
Pretty big heart on the team here. He's been
Yeah.
defensively, offensively, everywhere.
And this is DC.
Jerry
I never
Rice.
knew his name was Daryl till today.
I'm a little camera shy, so I was
Yeah.
Wave at your friends, Carlos.
He's our enforcer, too.
Yeah, Daryl's
Yeah.
really the enforcer,
We have a lot of fun.
our bodyguard.
all the credit, everyone is talking about. The bottom line, all the credit should go out to the kids. They've worked hard. They've come to practice through the rain, cold weather. They bared it out. They wanted to be, number one. They want to be champions, and it's going to all show tomorrow when they go on that football field. And I believe that after the end of the game, they're going to be champions. I really do.
All right. So the big game this weekend, again, tell us.
12 o'clock high.
12 o'clock at
Saturday.
Irvington Park.
Irvington Park. Be
Backfield
there.
or the front?
Front field.
All
Front
right.
field.
No more backfield.
Guarantee a good game.
All you Redskin fans, come on out, bring your noisemakers, make plenty of noise, and let's go get them Steelers.
All right.
Hey, well, that's it for In the Zone this week. For all the Redskins here, I'm Dave Taddy.
And I'm Mark Timmerman. We'll see you
And
next week.
That's right.
All right.
So,
Here's our credit roll. We had a lot of
yeah,
people
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
We got a full set here.
Why not use it?
Oh, yeah, Carlos was there. He waved his way.
We actually lost.